Hello everyone, you are watching MT Current. In today's video, I'm going to analyze episode 69, part 1. So make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss my new analysis. Anyway, we're getting started. The episode immediately begins with the fact that the POV operator, who is still a plunger cameraman, is attacked by Skibidi Toilet. And already here you can see the first Easter egg. Pay attention to the eye of this opponent. Right? He has a faucet in his eye. This is a direct reference to one of the old screensavers of Valve. The operator gives an excellent sidekick and sends the opponent into a knockdown. But a second later, the opponent comes to his senses and attacks the plunger of the cameraman. But fortunately, he manages to put his palm down, and the opponent, with his sharp hand, pierced as the palm of the operator. Next, we see claws appear from the plunger right hand. He seems to be a Wolverine, but where did he get them? After all, he didn't have this ability before. He hits the opponent with his right hand and pushes him away with his feet next. He stands on the floor and pulls out his improved plunger, which has turned black and has a lot of spikes on it also. In this frame, we can see the skeleton of an ordinary person. Next, the plunger cameraman strikes the opponent several crushing blows and finishes him off next. Next, he turns around and we see how Dark Speaker Man fights with opponents. He skillfully and epically destroys each opponent. And if you look closely, you can understand that he is fighting with Skibidi parasites. This can be understood by their language, by the way. If you remember, there were also such parasites in Transformers, and in this frame, you can also see the skeleton of another person, but he is wearing a white coat. Does this mean that there were people in this bunker before? Write your theories in the comments. Next, one of the parasites jumps on the operator, but he fights him off with his plunger, but they almost manage to infect the Dark Speaker Man. And if you catch the frame, then at some point you can see how the Skibidi parasite connected to the Dark Speaker Man, but still he was able to remove it and eliminate it. Then the operator turns around and we see a very interesting picture. Yes, that's what you're thinking. All these agents are beating up the already defeated Toilet. And there is also a reference to episode 69. The cameraman in the red shirt nods to the operator, and this means they are on the right track back. Next, Dark Speaker Man takes his knives, and in the window of one of the doors we see several Skibidi Toilet heads. Then epic music starts playing, and all the agents go to the next door. When the operator goes to the main door, he also looks inside other doors. And for example, here we see a flaming Skibidi Toilet. I have a theory about who all these toilets are locked in a certain room, but I'll tell you my theories at the end of the video. In another room, we see the trembling head of the Toilet. Maybe he's cold, that's why he's shaking. Next, a lucky cameraman runs up to the main door to crack it with his device at this moment on his tablet. We can notice some kind of picture on his tablet. Perhaps this is a map of the bunker itself, and he uses it to navigate where to go. And while he is breaking down the door, the operator looked into another room, and there are Skibidi skeletons in it, and they are alive. Next, the operator turns back and sees all the agents calmly walking to the door, except for the agents of the Speaker Men. These guys can't wait to dance. JGA, JGA on the toilets. The agents go inside and inspect the room, and also the plunger operator notices a very secure door in this room, but after a few minutes, you will find out what is hiding behind it. Then, in this frame, we can notice a toilet bowl and a pool of blood. What's going on here in my next theory videos? I will try to answer these questions, so if you haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications. Next, the operator notices how one of the cameraman's agent heads falls from somewhere above. The operator raises his head, and we hear the Skibidi song, and then we see a completely new kind of Skibidi hybrids. He lands on the ground and immediately rips off Agent Cameraman's second head, and at this moment you can see something very red again. Are the agents for some part human, or how to explain this phenomenon? Many agents go into shock, but one of them still started shooting at this enemy, but he was absolutely not affected by the paralyzing ray, because it is almost entirely made of metal. The plunger operator starts attacking him with his improved plunger, but then this cyborg blocks his attack and starts attacking him with his ultrasound. But it's good that Agent Speaker Man was there and helped his friend in the battle with this new monster. The finishing blow was the blow of an improved plunger. The enemy was defeated. The friends thanked each other for their help, and then an explosion occurs. Everyone turns around and we see how all the doors in the room open, and also another Skibidi Toilets and Skibidi hybrids appear on the horizon. At this moment, a lucky operator shoots from his device at the door lock to close this door. He also opened several more doors and called all the other agents to him. They ran to the lucky operator, and he in turn began to close all the doors so that the opponents could not reach them. These two speakers managed to escape at the very last moment, and in that protected door was Skibidi Michael Jackson. Well, I definitely did not expect to see such characters in this secret bunker. Next, the agents of the speaker. Men are glad that they did not become a dinner for Michael Jackson's Skibidi and begin to flex right next to the closed door. But their fun did not last long, because after a few seconds, the door was torn open, and these very speakers who were fans of dancing were no longer dancing. The agents keep running on, and in a certain room, you can see these inscriptions on the boxes. In fact, they don't mean anything. It's just part of the texture, at least, I think. So some agents have already run to the right door, but not everyone has come yet. An explosion occurs, and we see how those same Gemini cameramen are running at them with all their might. The dark speaker man took the remote control from the lucky cameraman and tried to close the door in advance, but the plunger did not let him do it. And when the agents were almost there, Skibidi Michael Jackson flies in at full speed, and the dark speaker man closes the door right in front of them. It shows that he did not want to do this, and then he, again, gave the remote control to the lucky cameraman. Next POV plunger. Cameraman approached the dark speaker man, pushed him and hit him several times, but he struck the last final blow against the wall, and how strong this simple cameraman agent turns out to be. Where did he get so much power from? I think the plunger is hiding something from us. Then he turned to the closed door behind which the opponents are, and with his gesture he told them, "Go fuck yourself." And then he turned to the remaining squad and followed them. They are walking down the corridor, and in the distance we see some kind of yellow glow. This concludes part 1 of episode 69. Well, this episode claimed a large number of lives, and there are only 5 agents left in the secret bunker. How many agents do you think will survive at the end of this episode? For some reason, it seems to me that the next victim will be the dark agent speaker man, and not because plunger cameraman got mad at him, but because it seems to me that he will sacrifice his life for plunger cameraman. But we will actually find out how it turns out. Only in the next part, I also believe that episode 69 will consist of 2 parts, and it is possible that we will be able to see the second part later this year, and we will see the 70th episode next year in 2024. Now let me tell you my theories about the very corridor in which there were a large number of rooms with different types of opponents. I think it's either some unsuccessful toilet experiments or it's Skibidi toilets from different universes. What if there is a portal or device at the end of this bunker from which Skibidi toilets find stronger allies? And maybe that very new Skibidi Terminator hybrid was a hint of that. It would also explain where Astro toilets came from in this universe. Therefore, I think that in the next episode the agents will find the epicenter of the bunker, and perhaps we will get answers to the questions that have been of interest to us for a long time. And you friends, do not forget to write your theories in the comments, because the most interesting ones get into the video. Okay, thank you for watching. See ya.